In any sport, a certain amount of arrogance is expected at the higher levels. And honestly, it might be even appreciated in certain fields of play. It just kind of happens, as all the players who are super good at the game are in one area. They all know that they are better than each other and can possibly win, so arrogance is bound to pop up. However, there's a thin line between arrogance being completely okay and being way too negative. It doesn't need to be negative all the time, but this attitude can suddenly be accompanied by snobbery, disdain, and even disparagement of teammates and competitors alike. It can completely ruin an event and completely change people's perceptions of certain stars. Though this is relevant to many sports, today we're talking about golf. Think of some of the greatest baseball pitchers of all time who stared down their opposing batters in an effort to catch them off guard. Or many basketball players, such as LeBron James, slam dunk in the faces of their opponents to prove a point with an inevitable sneer.
Here's a breakaway again.
Year 20 he's doing it.
Golfers do the same sort of thing as they strut their stuff in different ways when compared to these other sports. However, they're still as arrogant and snobby as ever. In fact, golfers might even be more snobby than any other athletes. They assert their superiority by disdaining their fans or openly criticizing their opponents during a match. This could even go outside of the matches and into the media, and oftentimes they talk to the media because they think they can bring down their opponent. Some also don't even talk to the media at all because they think they are above them. It's a crazy world, but oddly enough, this is why a lot of PGA golfers have been hated over time. That overbearing and presumptuous manner has completely changed people's perceptions of them and put people off of them. So here's a ranking of some of the most arrogant and hated golfers that have ever reached the PGA. Let's get into it. It was hard to choose someone to start off today's list, but we think we've chosen someone, well, to begin with, well, good might not be the right word. Throughout golf history, we have seen golfers who were not the best of people. Fuzzy Zoeller is the first one we need to cover. Fuzzy Zoeller is the sort of guy who can't see anyone being as successful as he is. He's known for hating Tiger Woods and seems to just think he is above everyone. Zoeller wants to seem better than everyone in the sport and treats those around him with no respect.
You hit what you thought about it when
Well,
you see it. What's the deal?
You know what? I tried to hit a 7-iron, and I was trying to hit just a little bit of a fade, and I came right over top of it. I don't mind telling people this.
He's not a good guy and is really one of the most hated golf athletes. The various comments he's made throughout the years are a true reflection of the spiteful and arrogant man he truly is.
A little bit of a fade, and I came right over top of it. I don't mind telling people this was really one of those ugly golf shots that turns out very, very good.
Now look how long this stays here for.
What do you mean, look how long? I had already walked off the tee and was...
He absolutely cannot fathom anyone having some sort of success other than him. It's quite disgusting. This guy truly thinks he's the pinnacle of golf, and if anybody tries to get in his way, or if anybody is better than him, he'll completely shut them down. What a douchebag am I, right? But maybe this next one is even worse as we move on to our next golf star. The next player on this list is none other than Ian Poulter.
I'm Ian Poulter, and this is what I live for. I played like I had a clear mind. So the first round, went home that night, had an asthma attack.
Who is known for his smirk that you just want to wipe right off. He is disgustingly smug 99% him of the time. Poulter just makes you want to slap him no matter what he's doing. He's incredibly loud and someone you just want to get away from. Poulter's one of those people who loves the game when everything is going well for him and hates it when things just aren't on his side. That's fine and all. Lots of people are like that when they love a game.
Terrible line, just terrible line. Came out straight left.
Well, it's going to try to use that ridge.
But he takes things to another level. This man is the player who boasts his wins in the face of those who lost and really doesn't know when to stop. Fans of the sport really hate his behavior, but he stayed around because of his skill. Over his time in the golfing world, he's been known to be mean to fans and the media alike.
Pressing on the toe of the club and just a flat shank you.
Man. Here at the...
He's attacked people like Tiger Woods on Twitter, as well as many others in the golfing space. He's even taken aim at some of the best players in the world, thinking that he is better than them. In an interview with Golf World UK, he said that the trouble is that he doesn't rate anybody else. He said he respects every other professional golfer, but he thinks he's way better than them. Poulter says he knows he hasn't played to his full potential, and when that happens, it's just going to be him and Tiger Woods versus the world. This guy really thinks he's not amazing, doesn't he? God, we can't stand people like that. I mean, come on, man. Don't think you're that good.
and his return to the PGA Tour winner's circle.
Been a long time coming.
Why don't these people have some sort of humble angel on their shoulders? It's really annoying to see. It brings a lot of disdain to the golfing world when it really should have a lot of respect from fans. But I guess that's just how it is. Now, on to our final two. Jack Nicklaus is the sort of player you really don't want to be around. He was arrogant, and most importantly, he was never in doubt that he would win a game. He had confidence in himself, which is great, but he had way too much. The more he won, the more arrogant he became. Eventually, he made his way onto this list by being like that throughout his career. A famous quote around him goes like this: Jack knew he was going to beat you. You knew Jack was going to beat you, and Jack knew that you knew he was going to beat you. He just didn't seem like a great guy. I guess winning is the best form of arrogance he could get. What an Seriously, what is wrong with these golfers today? But honestly, our final one might be the most divisive. This list would not be complete without talking about Tiger Woods.
The return to glory.
He might be a beloved player all around the world, but we think he's been equally hated throughout his career. Even with his insane wealth and plethora of video games named after him, nothing can take away from Tiger Woods' arrogance when it comes to golfing. He may in fact be one of the most controversial golf players in history, and certainly one of the most arrogant. Even outside of the game, he wasn't a great guy, having controversy around women for years. He even cheated on his wife, which destroyed this man's public image forever. Woods is the definition of the most hated golf athlete and takes our final spot. As the final golfer on today's list, Tiger Woods is one of the most polarizing golfers of all time. So many people loved him for years, but have equally hated him for the same amount of time.
Walking it up.
It's right at it. Right. Absolutely at it. Right.
Just right over the...
His career's been really weird, as he's had many high points as well as many low points. He's been crowned one of the best golfers in the entire world, but has had many controversies throughout his time. It's really hard to decide if you like Tiger Woods or not, and we don't blame people for being on either side or even in the middle. His career's been really weird, and he's an incredibly weird man himself. From all the controversy he's had to the success he's had as well, Tiger Woods is a weird man to figure out. No matter your thoughts on him now, we had to include him in today's list as he's been hated as well as loved. But that's all we have for today's video. We really hope you enjoyed our list of the most hated PGA golfers of all time. Thanks for watching.
Just the polish off for par.
He's always made it when he needed to.